surroundings, you might be able to make it in this man's army, as opposed to if you don't test well, you haven't got a chance.
Right.
So, and I think that's very true with people. You may not have a lot of testing ability, but you're good at certain things, and if you pursue that with the right attitude, you have a shot.
Well, and it points out some things that you can really work with, too. It talks about the idea that you have to be very self-aware, and it's not just about your intellectual capability, your IQ of putting these things together, but how self-aware you are, how good you are at managing moods, what self-motivates you, what gets you going, what gets you out of bed.
They mention praying a lot, which I do every morning just to get up.
Yeah.
Please help me get through this day. But that gives you a second or two to step back from your rage, which is rage kills us all, at least for me. It gets in your way. And it says in the article how you might have some rage, and it makes your senses more aware, but in the wrong direction. And maybe if you just step back a little bit and go, what are the good things? The example they gave was if someone cuts you off driving. Now, I know when that happens to me, I want to chase the guy down and get him. I want to get him.
I know.
I'm not the nicest guy in the world.
Yeah.
And but if I can just say to myself, gee, maybe he's in a hurry. Maybe he'll die around the corner.
Or that cop will pick him up.
Or whatever. He'll get his. Whatever, but just that's that 2 seconds you need, and I like the whole idea of the EQ as opposed to the IQ.
Yeah,
it's great.
No, I think it is too, and also this idea of self-gratification, because they did a test with children with this idea of one marshmallow or two. In other words, they were given a choice: either they could have their one marshmallow right away, or they could wait 10 minutes and perform some kind of a task, and then they would get 2 marshmallows. So it's really showing, and the children that waited the 10 minutes to get the 2 marshmallows as they grew up had a tendency to think about things a little bit more before they actually did something about it, which I think is a valuable...
Right. Now, Mary Michelle, were you a waiter? Or did you just go for it?
Well, I think I kind of always waited a little bit.
Did you?
Yeah.
I never waited a second. And neither does my kid. We just go for it right away, and if it's there, we take it. So we're in trouble.
Oh, gosh. I wanted to ask you, how many extracurricular activities does Jack get involved with every week?
Oh, boy. Now, he wouldn't get involved in any if he had a choice. He'd just watch TV. But as parents, that's what you try and do. You try to create opportunities, and that's what's so hard for parents.
But do you think it's good for them to be that actively stimulated all the time, and things for them to have to go and do?
Absolutely. I really do. I think that busy hands are happy hands. In the devil's own workshop.
I know, but don't you have to learn how to be yourself? Be with yourself. Be alone by yourself. Is that important too?
Very. But at his age, he's around 10, busy is more important. Gives me a big break.
Gives you a break.
So we try and set up a schedule and keep him as busy as possible.
How does he do in restaurants? Have you taken him to the Kit and Caboodle?
I haven't taken him yet. And I'm sure they don't want him, but
oh, they have the best food. Have you
they
eaten there?
have the best food, and they probably have some great people to handle people like my kid Jack.
Now, on a more serious note, you wanted to comment on, or you were thinking about the children that perhaps may have overdone it.
Right. Now, this being the first day of the new year, it dawned on me this morning the unfortunate side of the first day, which is maybe you ended up in a hospital from an OD or from drinking too much, obviously, or too many drugs. With your mother next to you in the room or something, praying that you're going to be all right. What do these kids do? Say you're 18 years old and you're in the hospital and you got IVs sticking out and your stomach pumped out. This is a real situation, alcoholism and drug addiction. What does one do for kids at this age? I know for myself, I had some problems in the '60s, and it took years to work it out. My heart goes out to these kids, and you can only hope that they find themselves a 12-step program or something like that. But to address the situation as soon as you can, and not wait, and not deny the problem, because I think that's what most people do, is they deny it. If your son woke up in a hospital on New Year's Day,
Not a good way to start the year.
no, and don't
No.
deny it.
Yeah,
Face
yeah.
the issue head on. So.
Yeah. Well, I think that's true. I wanted to mention too. There's along that theme. There's a nightclub that's opened in Brewster. It's a dance club, and it's a non-alcoholic club. And kids are coming from all over, from Danbury and from down in Somers and Yorktown and all over the area. It's called the Galaxy, and it's in Brewster. So.
This is like a juice bar? Is that what?
Well, it's a
In New
dance
York,
club. They say it's a dance club, so I'm not exactly sure. I haven't been there, but I think it's a great idea that they're really trying to promote having a non-alcoholic situation for the kids.
Right, and dance, I think they're trying to push dance again.
Dance, yeah.
Good exercise and
Right,
all that.
right. Which goes back to our theme of horses and ballet dancers.
Right. We're still on that theme.
Oh, goodness.
So our next case is, have we run out of topics?
I think we better
So
cut
we'll
to
take a break.
commercial.